Beautiful Sunday afternoon here at GCU Soccer Stadium on the campus of Grand Canyon University in Phoenix, Arizona for this 2017 Western Athletic Conference Women's Soccer Tournament Championship match. Michael Potter, Jordan Angley with you. And Jordan, this is a rematch of the 2015 championship match. Utah Valley, the number 2 seed against the number 4 seed Seattle University Redhawks. Utah Valley got the victory 2-0 in that matchup a couple of years ago. But these two teams have already played each other twice this year, so really no surprises.
They're so familiar with each other. This will be their third meeting, and whenever you get to see a team 3 times, there's got to be a little rivalry that develops. So the teams know each other from front to back. Which team can outperform the other tactically and defensively? Who's going to stop the front runners of these teams who are goal-scoring machines?
Well, for Seattle University, Ashley Ruth, their keeper, has been playing great of late. She dislocated her ankle on the 15th of November at Washington. She is back with a vengeance, has not allowed a goal this season.
Every time I hear that, it just makes me shake my head that she came back from this dislocated ankle, and now she's 5 straight shutouts. This is a player who didn't play in that first game against Utah Valley, came in, helped them get that 2-0 victory just a week ago, and the save she made Friday night is world-class. This is a save not a lot of goalkeepers would even make or punch away, but she held it. It stuck in her hands like it was glue. This is a great goalkeeper.
Well, Utah Valley got the first round bye, and on Friday night they knocked off Grand Canyon University, a 1-0 game. Brianna DeWall did not factor into that game on the score sheet, but boy, you commented throughout the game, she was all over the field.
It's so funny because she didn't. But every time that they went forward, though, Brianna DeWall was a huge part of that. She's a dynamic player. She likes to get on the ball and create things. She sees things a little bit differently. She scored in that first game Utah Valley played at home against Seattle U, so she knows how to get one in the back of the net. We'll just see how closely she'll be watched by Seattle U today.
Seattle University trying to win their 4th WAC championship in 5 years. Utah Valley trying to win their 2nd in 3 years. The Redhawks and the Wolverines coming up right after this. This is the 2017 Western Athletic Conference Women's Soccer Tournament on the WAC Digital Network.
You only need to answer one question.
Will you accept the challenge to become?
It doesn't matter your situation in life.
No matter your interest.
Whether your first choice or second chance.
There's a place for you.
Place for you.
Place for you at UVU.
Place to engage,
To rise.
to succeed.
To become.
Seattle University's Brandon Westendorf channeling his inner Elgin Baylor.
The number 2 seed, Seattle U, the number 4 seed. They've played through 90. They've played through a couple of 10-minute overtimes, a 1-1 score as we go to penalty kicks. And Michael Potter, Jordan Angley with you. Jordan, last shootout for a WAC women's soccer title in 2010. Fresno State beat San Jose State in Ruston, Louisiana. So it's been a while, and pretty exciting, but boy, all comes down to the keepers. Do you have a specific strategy? How do you like to play through this shootout scenario?
I just really believe that penalty kicks are about who is more confident stepping up to it. You have to have belief that you're going to put the ball in the back of the net. It's really the shooter's opportunity to lose. The goal is huge. There's so much area to shoot at. So you have to stay focused. You can't let the goalkeeper distract you in what they're doing and how they're playing. I think the more power, the better. I don't like short walk-ups. I don't think you can get enough power on them, or that your placement then has to be so perfect. But for the goalkeepers, what they're thinking, they just need one save. If they get one save for their team, then that allows them to stay in it. And even if their teammate has one bad shot, or if one of the balls misses the frame of the goal, they're still in it because their goalkeeper has made one save. So such an interesting way to end games. I'm never a fan of it as a player. I've won games in penalty kicks. I've lost games in penalty kicks.
You'd rather just keep playing.
Almost, actually.
Yeah. 23rd tournament for the WAC here. Only the 3rd shootout for a championship in tournament history. And it all came down to Siri Dahl in the 89th minute of play, getting the equalizer. So it looks like we're going to be on the north side of the field here. Ruth and Nielsen walking back. Did the keepers ever chat, exchange pleasantries, wish each other luck?
I don't know. I was never a goalkeeper, so what they do down there is foreign to me.
Keepers are interesting in general, right? So it looks like Seattle is going to take the first shot. Brooklyn Nielsen, the sophomore out of Sandy, Utah. Ashley Ruth, the redshirt sophomore out of Edmonds, Washington. Looks like it's going to be Hooper to take the first shot. Hooper to take the first shot and scores it easily.
And that's confidence for you. I think it plays such a big part in a penalty shootout. Hooper steps up, and not for 1 second did you think that she wasn't going to make it.
Hooper, the freshman out of England, though, played a lot of quality international minutes. Yeah, she didn't even hesitate, so that's a lot of faith by Coach Woodward. So they're going to go with DeWall, a sophomore. Ruth back, DeWall ready to go. Oh, almost got a hand on that, snuck it underneath the hand of Ruth. 1-1 in penalty kicks. You see DeWall running back and just taking the sweat off the brow as Ruth guessed right on that one, just snuck it underneath.
And that's why power is such a big thing. It doesn't have to be perfect, but I think if you're Ruth, you have to think positively. You're right there. You're reading it right early on.
Here's Howe. Flies it wide. And now Ruth is going to have to come up with one. Natasha Howe has been everything for this Seattle U squad the last 6 years. Had the goal in the 30th minute in this one. And her teammates giving her a hug there, but now Utah Valley in good shape here. So Weber just goes to the right side, and Ruth looked like she was going to dive to the right, and Weber just took it right by. So now no room for error for Seattle now. So 1-1 at the end of regulation after 2 penalty kicks for each team. 2-1. Utah Valley up ahead. Avenel. Blocked. Saved by Nielsen. And she is pumped up. Boy, this is dire straits for Seattle here.
And when you go up to shoot a penalty kick, sometimes you just need to take a breath and relax, because it is such a tense situation. And Avenel put the ball down. She backed up. She went straight into kicking it. And I think there's something to be said about just taking a moment after you back up from the ball, realizing that you don't have to go right when the whistle's blown.
Here's Smith in the back of the net, and a commanding 3-1 lead now in the penalty kicks for Utah Valley. Big smile on her face. So Rothering now. Rothering hits the post, and that's it. Utah Valley in penalty kicks is your 2017 Western Athletic Conference Women's Soccer Tournament champs. Oh, goodness.
Utah Valley took that momentum at the end of the game, and they just rode it all the way through. They looked the more confident team there during the penalty kicks, and they earned that championship.
Boy, tough break for Seattle. Chris LeMay out there letting his team celebrate. Jordan Angley's going to head down and talk to the coach, Chris LeMay, when she gets down there and they get done celebrating. But boy, folks, what a match for the championship. Seattle scores at the 30th minute. Utah Valley answers in the 89th minute. We played through 2 overtimes. They go to PKs. 3 in for Utah Valley. After Hooper made the first, DeWall answered for Utah Valley. Howe missed wide. Weber hit her shot. Ovenel, it was saved. And Smith hit hers. And then it all came down to this last shot by Rothering. Had the open net, hit it off the post, and that was all she wrote. My goodness. So, once again, for the second time in 3 years, Utah Valley is your champ, and they knock off Seattle to do it. Let the dog pile ensue. The Wolverines are moving on into the NCAA tournament. Let's go down to the field. And our own Jordan Angley with the head coach of the Utah Valley Wolverines, Chris LeMay.
Coach LeMay, I hate to pull you away from Matt over there, your team screaming in the background. Talk about the feeling right now of this is your first season with this squad, and they just won the Western Athletic Conference Championship.
Yeah, I mean, I'm super proud of them. Obviously, we kind of had a tough start, and we battled through a lot, and then to reap the benefits, I mean, they stuck with it the entire season, and obviously even being a goal down for, you know, the good majority of this match, we just found a way.
What was the difference in the game? Because Seattle defensively had you guys locked down for a while, but you seemed to unlock it there in the last 15 minutes of regulation and then use that momentum on and through penalty kicks.
Yeah, I mean, at halftime, we challenged the team to just, you know, to hit a bigger ball and then roll up your sleeves and compete, and that's what we had to do because we couldn't break them down with their system. So I was proud that the girls, you know, they never gave up.
And players stepped up to shoot the penalty kicks, but then Nielsen makes the one save. How big time is that?
Yeah, we felt like Brooke was good enough to make a save, so we thought that she was going to, and obviously the 3 captains tucking theirs away is big too. So, you know, I think it's overall team effort.
And you know what tomorrow's all about. You get to now enjoy tomorrow, selection day, with the new team. You guys excited to celebrate that together?
We are. We're very excited, yes.
All right, good luck with the draw and congratulations.
Thank you. Thanks.
All right, Michael, back to you.
Thanks, Jordan, and congrats to Chris LeMay and the Utah Valley Wolverines, your 2017 Western Athletic Conference Women's Soccer Tournament champs. And Seattle pushed them all the way to the brink. Had to go through a couple overtimes as well as the penalty kick shootout. But the Wolverines come up with the victory again, second time in 3 years, and they win the rubber match. Both these teams had played each other. This was the third matchup between these two squads. Seattle had won 3-0 in a non-conference matchup back in September, but in the regular season finale, Utah Valley had won the 3-0, and then Seattle won in the regular season finale, snapping a 5-game win streak for Utah Valley. But they match up again here, and there you have it, Utah Valley, the number 2 seed. They get by Grand Canyon University, and then they come in and beat Seattle, and they are the 2017 Western Athletic Conference Women's Soccer Tournament champs. Chris LeMay, in his first season at the helm, hoisting up the trophy. We'll have the presentations also, and I think they're going to sneak up and try to get LeMay with the bucket of Gatorade and or water, whatever they got here. LeMay sees it coming. It's the Gatorade, the sticky stuff, and the Wolverines. How good is that? Dumping the green Gatorade on the Wolverines. Head coach. We'll get our all-tournament team selection in there as well, but Siri Dahl in the 89th minute pushes this into overtime. DeWall, Weber, and Smith all hit their kicks in the penalty kick after the overtime was played. And then a big save by the keeper, Brooklyn Nielsen, off of Ovenel. Seattle had a kick go wide and one go off the post. And Seattle ends their season here. Record of 9-9 and 3. Utah Valley now, as Jordan mentioned, will wait for the selection show tomorrow at 1:30. Talking to a few of those folks before the game, they really had no idea where they might get sent by the selection committee. But they don't really care. They're just happy to be continuing this season. As we mentioned during the broadcast, you see Coach LeMay there with his squad. LeMay, the 4-year associate head coach at Cal, became the 4th head coach in Utah Valley history, taking over for Brent Anderson, who was the longest tenured head coach in program history. LeMay said actually the head coaching opportunities were coming his way, and he kept interviewing and kept getting passed over by everybody. And he was getting disappointed, and his friends and family kept saying, Chris, it'll work out. You'll get to the spot where you need to be eventually. And he said once Utah Valley called and offered him the job, and they got there, he said it felt like exactly the place they should be. And you can see it right there. Your 2017 WAC Women's Soccer Tournament champs. Picture time for the Wolverines. Over close to the stands here, so the official photography getting done, but also all the parents with the iPhones out. Let's take a look at how this one unfolded. Good match from the get-go. And Seattle ended up striking first in the 30th. Dahl in the 89th. You look here, as they went to penalty kicks, all three Utah Valleys scoring. And then right there, a must goal for Rothering. She hit it off the post, and the celebration ensued.
Brooklyn Nielsen, it's hard for you not to take this grin off your face right now. I want to go back to that big save you made in the penalty kicks. How did you read that?
I just tried to stay calm and not like get in my head and just really focus on, just being in the right position and on my toes, and I saw it going one way and I just went for it. So yeah,
it was a good save. And this team has gone through a little bit of struggles, adversity throughout this season. You missed some key players at the beginning of the season out with injuries, but it seems like it kind of was told in this game. You guys fought to the very end and you believed in yourself. Is that very true of this team?
Yeah, and that's been us the whole season. We've had ups and downs and we've had struggles, but in the end, we knew this is where we wanted to be. This was the goal, and we knew as soon as we got here, we'd come through. So
I love it. We got to see you play the cello a little bit too at halftime. So maybe you'll play a little victory song for your teammates.
Yeah, for sure.
All right. Well, good luck tomorrow as you guys figure out who's next in the NCAA tournament.
Yep. We're so pumped. We're excited.
All right. Congratulations.
Okay. Thank you so much.
You're welcome, Michael.
Thanks, Jordan. A very happy Brooklyn Nielsen, and why not? Her team is continuing to play here as they get set for the NCAA tournament selection show tomorrow. Just finishing up a few housekeeping items here, and we will get the tournament awards here. What a great tournament. Great job by the host school, Grand Canyon University. A beautiful stadium here at GCU Soccer Stadium. Had good weather, too. A little warm here early on today for some of these schools, but boy, turned very nice. And now Commissioner Jeff Hurd going to come out and present the all-WAC tournament team. There you see the commish getting ready to go here. Don't forget, the men's tournament starts on Wednesday right here on the WAC Digital Network. You're going to want to check that out. Jordan Angley will be on the call for that one, starting on Wednesday. So they're announcing the all-tournament team. Nikki Lynch from UMKC. Sydney Young from Kansas City as well. Mackenzie Cook. And Mackenzie is here for GCU, making all-tournament. She had the goals in the 5th and the 95th minute in their first-round win. And then Michaela McGee for GCU wins all-tournament. Natasha Howe, of course. Jordan, she has had a phenomenal WAC tournament championships. This is the first time she hasn't come back with the trophy.
Yeah, nearly perfect in those as far as being crowned champion, but I think for her, just what a cool story of her persistence and continuing playing after injuries.
Madeline Racine for Seattle U. The defender there is earning all tournament selection. Of course, Howe, your 2016 player of the tournament. Speakerman probably had that one figured out before, and Speakerman limping out there, little ice bag on the ankle. They played a great tournament.
Yeah, she did. All these players, I like all the players that they've named so far. I feel like really good quality performances.
Sydney Fitzpatrick for the Wolverines, of course. Had that assist in the game against GCU. Brianna McCarter, boy, she did a ton of work in this one.
Right.
Always on the ball.
And I think that challenge that Coach LeMay talked about, he challenged them at halftime to fight a little bit more for the ball, and they definitely did that towards the end of the game.
Nielsen getting a big round of applause. Had that huge save on the penalty kick by Avenel. Brianna DeWall is your MVP of the tournament. We talked about her in the opening of this one that she didn't get on the scoreboard, but boy, she was everywhere in that last game. She was everywhere in this game. And here's the presentation of the championship trophy.
What a fun moment for them as they celebrate not only championship, but this is their automatic bid into the NCAA tournament. What a cool experience for them, especially with a coach just being there for 1 year.
And I'm not sure, with 2 minutes to go in the regulation, anybody thought that the Wolverines were going to be hosting that championship trophy, but they hung in there. They got the equalizer from Dahl with a minute to go, and then they got through a couple of really close plays, especially the offside call against Seattle that took the goal away, and they come back with the trophy. And as you mentioned, really seemed to dominate in that penalty kick situation. Their kickers were very confident, and a great save by Nielsen.
It was a great save by Nielsen, and I think it was just the confidence and belief that they had. It seemed to be more evident in the overtimes and the penalty shots for sure than even sometimes during the game. I felt like Seattle U had a real hold on the game, and it wasn't Utah Valley wasn't going to just let it go like that. They kept working, they kept fighting. So kudos to them for winning the tournament.
More picture time for the Utah Valley Wolverines as they're getting another shot of the championship team here. And boy, what a great tournament. I mean, it really was. We had some great matches, some very exciting matches. I think back to the match just 2 nights ago with the Wolverines, a 1-0 match against Grand Canyon University that really could have been anybody's match. Mm-hmm. They came out in the second half and really took it to Grand Canyon to get into this tournament championship.
really fought and scrapped, and I think it just tells the determination. And Brooklyn Nielsen was just saying that they always believed in themselves, and they've gone through some hard things during the season, and it wasn't for lack of belief, and they showed the belief in each other during this game.
Well, 6 teams showed up for this tournament. Seattle got a couple of wins to get into this championship. You see the goal there. Thought that was going to be it in this one.
And Seattle had a few opportunities, but Utah Valley kept knocking on the door. Here's the one that they thought maybe hit off of a hand. Here's a little misplay. If that ball goes to the far foot, I think that one goes in the back of the net. But Utah Valley really pushed at the end. A huge save by Ruth, and there's the tying goal by the player who's only played 8 games. This is her 8th game in the season. Siri Dahl puts it in the back of the net.
In the 89th minute of play. That one looked like it won it for Seattle. It was called off, waved off with the offside penalty. And then we went to penalty kicks.
And it was all Utah Valley. They looked more confident when they stepped up, placing the ball in the back of the net. It's a big goal when you have that kind of confidence. That's the save from Brooklyn Nielsen that they needed. And this miss was the one that sent them home with the championship.
Thanks for everybody for making the broadcast work. All the hard work by the folks at GCU and at the WAC Digital Network. For Jordan Angley, I'm Michael Potter. Thanks so much for joining us. Your 2017 Western Athletic Conference Women's Soccer Tournament champs. Congratulations to the Utah Valley Wolverines.
Westendorf channeling his inner Elgin Bailey.
You only need to answer one question.
Will you accept the challenge to become?
It doesn't matter your situation in life.
No matter your interest.
Whether your first choice or second chance.
There's a place for you.
Place for you.
Place for you at UVU.
Place to engage,
To rise.
to succeed.
To become.
Life is about moments. If you fight, I fight. If I fight, we fight.
You be there and watch what I do when the bell rings.
Do you have that real look in your eye? That when you look at yourself in the mirror, you can ask yourself this question: did I give everything I got? Did I lay it all on the line? Or am I cheating myself?
What you say, Quade?
See ya!
Right at it. Oh! He's done it again!
So whatever you're gonna do, claim it. Leave your mark on this world.